Previously on the Petit Voyage. On day 3, we awoke on the French for the first time.
How do you say no to this?
We started with a morning pictograph. And stopped for a bit of mid-morning fishing. We continued our westward journey and stopped for lunch at the Little Pine Rapids. We spent our afternoon lining, portaging, and paddling the 5-mile rapids. We experienced strong headwinds.
We tried to find a campsite.
And torrential rain.
We missed it.
Throughout the afternoon.
We're quite wet.
Eventually, we had to call it a day and enjoyed a wet but beautiful night on the French River.
It's morning of day 4, and it's another beautiful morning. The wind is already up a little bit though. It's a little concerning as we're headed again dead west into the wind every day, it seems. It's early. It's 6:30. Rich is still sleeping. I'm gonna get the coffee on. It's probably too wet to start a fire. I'll try. I don't even know what we're having for breakfast this morning. Might be oatmeal, might be pancakes, I don't know. We are pulling out of campsite 502, I believe.
Just want to swap these maps.
Well, the Richard's we have 2 map cases on the go. So we both have a map. A little second opinion sort of action. We are approaching Cross Island. So apparently there was a bunch of Jesuit missionaries that died in a rapid that were buried on this island. And somewhere there is a cross, a white cross. All right, we paddled around probably about 3/4 of the island, and is that the top of the cross right there? I see. Yeah, there's the cross right there. We are at the Haystack Islands. This one definitely looks like a haystack. And the other one smaller, but it has a camp on it. Cottage right on top. Sun's finally coming out. Wind is still down. Rich is feeling a little under the weather today. We'll have to make sure we hydrate. Rich is probably going through a little bit of caffeine withdrawal.
If I'm being completely honest with you, I've avoided taking a lot of video of any sort of private property stuff just because it takes away a little bit from the remoteness of where you're paddling. But that place was really cool. just the way that it's built into the rocks. Just a small little cabin. I liked it. It's my favorite spot that I've seen so far on this trip.
So our goal was to pull over at that campsite, but we came around the corner and it was taken. So we just pulled into a random spot here. We're just gonna hydrate and have a little rest. Just saw a couple of otters. There's something floating over there in the water. And there was one just off the front here. I don't know where it went now. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. One thing you should know about Evan is this guy loves a beach more than anybody I've ever met. Could be like
I actually hate the beach. I hate sand in my feet.
If we see a 1x1 square of sand, he gets, ooh, look at that little spot. Like this, something like this right here. Getting all jazzed about it. A little shoreline sand.
And as you can clearly see, there's high voltage power lines that go across. So for reference on a map, you know exactly where we are. You're starting to see more and more private dwellings dotting the shoreline. We're headed in this direction around, I think this is Dalton Point, and Arthur Point will be somewhere over here. But we're going to head over this way, and then there's a few campsites on the north shore that we're gonna duck in and have something to eat. Hopefully on a beach. There's that hawk. Come to say hello. We've had a really good day though.
Yeah, I'd say so. We're just approaching Lost Child Bend, which after doing a little bit of reading and research, appears to be named after a sad story about an Aboriginal child who went missing, and although they could hear the child crying for 6 days, were never able to locate the child. So hopefully that's just a story and not something that actually happened, because it's pretty sad story. Evan was hoping to stop there, but I told him his beach bod's not camera ready.
Yeah, Rich, that does look like a pictograph.
It looks like one to me. I mean, I'm not an expert, but it's my experience.
Could just be someone playing with us, but right there, it looks like two people sitting in a canoe. Sorry, that's my interpretation of it.
Yeah,
Right there.
I don't see anything else, but
Is that rain coming down on them? Is that us yesterday? Are you the grumpy one in the front?
yeah. I'm too small to be in the back.
Good eye, Rich. We are now pulling into the main outlet, and water levels are really low. So all the warnings on the map about the Recollet Falls area shouldn't really apply. And we're going to start looking for signs and ways to get to the visitor center. Trying not to get hit by a boat.
Pretty excited for my ice cream sandwich. Haven't had one of these in a while. Feel like they're a lot smaller than they used to be. All right, you ready?
All ready, brother?
Guy with the kids was a nice guy. Huh? Guy with the kids was a nice guy. Eh?
Yeah.
Kind of cool to drive over the bridge and then paddle under it. Right here. Right there. At least one.
Pretty faint. Right up there though, you can see looks like a stick figure man with downturned horns. I don't really see any more though.
Oh. At least we found something.
Yeah, I've basically seen a pictograph every day.
We've actually found pictographs on the spots we're supposed to find pictographs. So either we're getting better at spotting them or these ones are easier to find. Because when we were, was it Wabakimi where we looked forever and didn't see anything?
Pays to do your research before you come to a trip.
So we're in the right spot. To the right, but well, you can go either straight there or on that, but that looks easier to me.
That's the Recollet Falls in low water. I'm sure it's much more impressive in high water. This whole section here would be underwater. Probably some of this too. So just to the left of the falls, we've been fishing in this little pool. I think I've caught 4 bass. One might have been able to keep it for food. Pretty cool spot.
We just finished doing some fishing on the Recollet Falls. I got a bite on my first cast and then lost the fish trying to get it on camera. Evan managed to catch, I don't know, probably somewhere between 3 and 5 fish. A nice gentleman came over and talked to us a little bit about fishing and gave us some tips on places to try. And he was headed out for the day, so he gave us a few live worms to use as well. Definitely took up a little bit more time than we probably should have spent, but we're back on the water now, and I think we're trying to get to Pig Island. It is 5 o'clock though, and I think that's another somewhere between 15 and 20 more kilometers, so it's probably a pretty large stretch goal, but we'll paddle as far as we can, and that'll set us up to be hopefully ahead of schedule, as we may not get very far tomorrow once the rain and thunderstorm that's apparently approaching rolls in.
To the right of the big rock.
Right here?
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a go. Your boat. We just left the campsite from having a little break before we do our last bit of paddle for the day. We ran into a couple that were coming to sit on the rock at the site we were at to watch the sunset, so we talked to them for a minute or two. And then as we got back into the boats and started paddling away, a small little deer came down to take a drink of water. So we tried to get that on camera and take a few photos with the DSLR. And the next bit of adventure for the day, we should be coming up on the, I believe it's called the Flat Rapids or Little Flat Rapids. It shows a 30-meter portage, which we were also talking to somebody else who passed us in a kayak, and they said that in low water you might be able to just walk down the right side of it, get your shoes a little bit wet, but kind of pull the canoe over top of some rocks. This is an important reason why you should scout a rapid before you go down it, because from in the boat it looked like coming to the left hand side was going to be an easy stream. When you come here it's just rock shelf and would be absolute, well, you might make it, but it'd be awful treacherous.
Like if you get by that first set of rocks, it doesn't look too bad, that whole side.
Okay.
And then you can come out right there. Right where that big rock is, if you just come this way a little. Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, this might get a little dicey. You might have to paddle through it. Good job, Richard.
Sure, buddy.
Paddle slap.
Probably our best stuff.
Ten to 8, not as far as we ambitiously pushed for, but yeah, we're on Ox Island. Campsite might be up there, or it might be over there. We're on the wrong side of the island to tell, I think, but we're gonna get out. We'll go take a peek, and I think we might be done for the day if the campsite's half decent. How you feeling, Rich?
Feel pretty good. I'm glad we got that far.
Good. Good, good, good. Well, after 9 o'clock, we're all set up. Just having a nice campfire.
Just cooking my shoes.
Rich has got to get on cooking hot dogs for dinner. We're set up nicely for tomorrow. We can easily make it to Georgian Bay. But when we did get cell reception today, we checked the weather. And even the people at the supply post, everyone's talking about thunderstorms and, you know, severe weather tomorrow. So we used that information to push on as far as we could today until the light failed. If we have a short day tomorrow, we're not completely screwed. Wow, that took a lot of pain. Ooh, on my feet.
Yowza. Ooh, that's a nice spot right there. Yeah. Look at that beach.
Pull right in.
Bring the family over, have a little picnic. You think it's just the wind you can hear on those cables, or you think that's the voltage you can hear?
Well, you know when you're like in a house and you know if the TV's on or not?
Yeah.
That's what you get. It's almost like tinnitus, eh?
Oh, apparently I've been filming all this, so you saw the barrel for quite a while. And now I'm out of almost out of battery.
So good.
Oh, wrench.
I don't know how that was my fault. Hi, friends.
Friends on the French.
We're currently at what may be the backside of a campsite on Ox Island. GoPro, stop recording.